Hello everyone and welcome to the stream. I'm your host Nessie, the captain of this ship. And today we are continuing our amazing adventures in House Sanguinis. This is going to be a continuation of the story we've been having with this lovely group of 7. We will see if Pico wakes up in time before I throw my chancla at her, but we will see. Anyways, shall I bring everyone in? Gotta love it. I left cat cam on last night by accident. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's because that is live screen, and live stream is not the right one. I know, Axe is about to say something. Thank you for the sub, SEX. Good to have you in. We do have a 10-minute timer for all new people coming into the stream, as I have had a lot of bots in the past. So, of course, you have to wait the 10 minutes before talking, but feel free to listen in. Anyways, shall I bring everyone in? Hello, bitches! Ow! I'm not even, like, my microphone's not even boosted.
I need to turn 200%.
That's why! That's your own damn fault.
Your volume is inconsistent!
I have no idea. I just screamed for the fuck of it.
Wow! Pika is surprisingly awake. I thought I was gonna have to toss a chancla.
No, I've been awake. I've just been like searching.
Of course.
Pika, you need to answer my question that I have in Sanguinis chat.
I don't know. That's why I was like, I wasn't sure what to answer.
So. Looking at everyone with their bright and lovely faces in chat today, Owen Whitewood, or I say Dr. Owen Whitewood, you get an inspo point today. Zeta bought himself a fucking wig and glasses to play the fucking part, and has a little like whiskey glass with him that he's putting a drink in. It's not alcoholic in nature, but looks like fucking glasses of whiskey.
Also, you are not appreciating the full length of this cosplay. I have gone all out. I could, if Owen Whitewood was not an original character from me, I could wear this to a convention.
Like low-key, you could. You still could. I've seen people do like
everything is an original character.
Also, Nessie, do you think we were discussing this? Do you think Neraina could wear this hat unironically?
I think there's a few people in the campaign who could.
Legit.
I feel like that would work for Jonathan.
Yeah, but except he wouldn't wear a beanie, would he?
No, he wouldn't.
He might.
He's the guy to wear like the official military hat or
He's
like
wearing the official. He's wearing what he has to.
Yeah, he's wearing either he's not wearing anything at all, or he's wearing the dress uniform.
I bet
We've already
Valerie would
seen-
enjoy that first part.
I'm talking about the head.
No,
Are you sure about that?
The way you said that, though, my dude.
It was said uniform, so it implied entire body.
I'm just going to channel Jonathan and say nothing.
I counterspell your wallflower.
Is Wallflower counterspellable?
Yes.
It's a
Yeah,
nice
it's
little
called
spell. Have
bragging.
fun counter
Spells?
spelling.
No.
You'd have to like roll to counterspell it. You'd also have to have counterspell as one of your spells. And as you are a
Ain't on the
druid,
list.
ain't on the druid list. I'm shocked you guys don't have, because you have like you have a sorcerer. You should have counterspell, right?
Yeah, but that's Sorcerer's Pika.
The Sorcerer is Pika. I have counterspell.
I was about to say Warlock also has counterspell. Why have you have used
I always
counterspell?
have counterspell. I used it to cancel your big ass fireball.
Yes, you did. This fucker did this to me. I understand now. I
You
remember.
just repressed the memory.
I repressed the
must
sad memory.
The most important person who needed to know this already knows it, but for those who were not around, there is a chance for thunderstorms in my area, so if I do drop, do not be concerned. It is a thing.
I have the
So-
perfect meme. I have the
Oh,
perfect
no.
meme.
Oh no. Anywho's,
Oh no.
is everyone ready to play today?
As will ever be.
As we will ever be. Good song. Anyways, last session, you guys continued to relax, enjoying the brief respite of being able to kind of gather yourselves together and come up with plans as to where you may head after this. You know that the ultimate goal of your group is to officially take out Kaname, but you do not know what trials and tribulations lie ahead. Most of you went to rest, laying in your beds, taking an additional nap, hoping to get more out of this morning into early afternoon out of everything, knowing that you all can meet up for dinner and finally lay out the stepstones of where you should head next. The three downstairs. After a few hours go by, all of you ending up with some sort of exhaustion. The three downstairs, Owen, after what seems like an hour or two, you feel a glass of water placed in front of you as the coldness of the outside of the glass kind of touches your skin.
I look up at whoever's given me it.
You see it's one of the bar hands. He hands you the glass, looks at the three of you, shakes his head, and walks away.
I'll just sort of slide the water away and try and fall asleep in my arm, and like with my head in my arms.
Which
Go to sleep in
direction?
your own arms.
Just cradling yourself. Which way do you slide the glass?
I guess towards the other two.
So, Violet, you feel a cold glass hit your arm.
Okay then.
After a little bit, you had kind of also dozed off.
Oh, so I had dozed off and then I felt a glass hit my arm?
Yeah, a cold glass of water. Or cold glass
Okay,
of
then
something.
Okay, then she's gonna look down to what it is, obviously kind of like, what the fuck?
When you look at it, you kind of hear a groan from Owen as you see the glass get pushed over by him and sat in front of you, essentially.
She's just gonna look at him, look at the glass, roll her eyes, and then drink it.
Okay, you finish the glass. It's just an ice cold glass of water. At this point, you look up at the clock that's kind of up above the bar, and it looks like you came down here at around, I would say, a little past noon-ish, and at this point, it's almost 4.
Oh, shit.
Oh, for goodness. Hey, not again.
Well, whatever. It was worth it.
Think for yourself.
At least I can hold my liquor.
To remind people, Owen has 2 levels of exhaustion. Violet and Tanwin, you both have 1 levels of exhaustion.
And a long rest only clears 1 level.
Correct. And what you guys had was a short rest.
Okay, cool.
Poor Owen. Owen just gave a thumbs up.
Oh dear.
How about we get out of the bar and do something useful instead of drinking ourselves to death even further?
Speak for yourself. I wasn't gonna drink myself to death. I just needed something.
Does something useful include sleep?
If it's feasible, maybe. Where do we need to be? How much time do we have? Someone tell me.
We never did establish a time for when we would all meet up, did we?
Oh,
For
I hate that.
dinner, you guys, established around 5 p.m. you guys would gather.
We don't
And
even
it's
get.
around 4?
It's around 4.
Why
Alright.
did we do this?
Why did we do this?
I don't
Hey.
know.
Hey, I was perfectly content doing this on my own. You two didn't have to join me. Although I am glad that you did. This was fun.
For you, perhaps.
Right, excuse me for a moment. I'm going to retrieve my chicken nuggets now.
Understandable.
Enjoy.
Pair of
Alright.
nuggies.
Meanwhile, from far away, lightweights.
JH briefly becomes the Grinch.
Lightweight!
Literally, the Homer Simpson just only being like, nerd.
So we have an hour. That's definitely
Yes.
not enough time to sleep this off. Fuck me.
Nope.
Do you
Nope,
have any
nope.
cleric spells that can help?
I didn't sleep last night, so I don't have any magic at the moment. Big fight.
Oh, of course.
Hey, don't look at me. I am no healer.
What can we do to distract ourselves from the consequences of our actions? Because I'm not. I haven't got any idea.
It's either deal with the consequences of our actions or deal with shit that we can't really be dealing with at the moment.
Do
I
you
don't
think
know.
they'd get angry if we just had an 8-hour nap until midnight?
Chiara might. I really don't feel like making Chiara upset.
That's a pain.
I mean, like, well, I don't think we are of much use while we are drunk, so we just wait it out and meet everybody up and hope nobody yells at us.
Times like out of character, times like these, I wish I had lesser restoration on my spell list. Oh, my prepared rather. I have it on my spell list. I just haven't got it prepared.
I have lesser restoration. I just burnt through all the spell slots in the fight and didn't take that long rest.
You took a short rest though. You don't get anything back.
Unless you're a
No.
warlock.
Only warlocks.
Not
only
as
warlocks.
cleric. Warlocks and wizards, kind of.
On account of not having cast any spells since my last long rest, can I bring lesser restoration in?
Can druids swap spells on short rests?
Not sure.
I don't think so. Let me check my spell casting definition. No, it's not.
Axel says no, it's long rest.
Yeah, it's most are long rests. There's very few short rest situations.
I mean, I like, can we say I simply had it prepared from the beginning?
No, because it's a new day and you have to
No.
announce that beforehand.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
What is happening?
Hanwin and Owen are struggling.
Consequences of their own actions.
Hey, Violet was perfectly aware that she could end up getting drunk, so like she's chilling, obviously drunk, but
Out of character question. This bar, Club Euphoria. Is it possible that there are magic beverages?
You haven't asked the staff.
I'm going to raise a small hand to try and get the bartender's attention.
The main bar keep looks around and says, "Can I get you something?"
Do you happen to have anything magical that can deal with alcohol and the struggles we're dealing with?
who's struggling?
Son, you're at a club that sells alcohol. Why do you think we would have something to rectify it or remedy it when we
Because
sell it? You need a cleric.
yes, I'm saying if you could fix the alcohol, people might buy more again afterwards.
He just kind of looks at you and turns around, finishing cleaning a glass.
Tanwin, just come on, dude.
Shut up.
If
Simon
you
just
didn't,
plonks his head face down on the bar.
if you didn't want to get drunk, you shouldn't have had anything to drink.
I didn't start drinking before I got in this party.
That's your own damn fault.
That's because you were a
Hey.
bird.
I also haven't been drinking for the 117 years before that. Thank you very much.
Oh my god. Tanwin, like, we get it. Low alcohol tolerance, but you should have been aware of your low alcohol tolerance. So just deal with it.
Nessie, question.
Yes.
If shrinking myself increases my blood alcohol level, will growing myself do the inverse and make me less drunk?
No.
Why?
Because it doesn't change the fact that you have already gained a level of exhaustion.
Fine.
Just stop trying to weasel out of the level of exhaustion. Accept
That's
it.
exactly what Tanwin would do.
If it was before, yes, but if it was after, no.
Correct.
You could have been big and drank your tea.
You
but
can jump to the hangover stage, but you're still exhausted.
Okay, Tanwin's just gonna resign himself face down on the bar.
Violet,
We
you have two people drunk on either side of you.
I'm drunk
Tanwin
too.
murmuring, "I hate this."
I'm drunk too, though I'm actually making active efforts to try to sober up before dinner and have been pushing water for the past few minutes. Not my fault that these fuckheads can't hold their liquor.
I just had a great idea. What if I shrink Violet? Then the higher blood alcohol level.
how does that fix anything?
Yeah, what does it achieve?
What does
It
that
achieves
achieve?
spite.
We should head upstairs. Bed would be more comfy than bar.
Alright, fine. She will finish off her water and stand up.
Do I have enough control to be able to fly?
The two people with level 1 exhaustions. Yes. But Owen, as you go to take a step, I'm going to need a dex saving throw from ya.
Dex.
Nessie really likes getting us drunk, doesn't she?
Oh yeah, it's fun seeing you guys kind of stumble over each other.
Fingers crossed, Neraina
You're
will
making
have
us
the
stumble.
door.
over.
19.
Hey.
You kind of trip over your 2 feet for a second, but you're able to catch yourself kind of on the stool, steadying even more, and then kind of just walking right out the door.
I'm going to follow. Tanwin will then try and fly back.
Okay. You're able to do it. You kind of fly. Oh god, I see Zeta's character.
I've got to mimic the stumbling.
As Tanwin takes flight, he goes, "Oh, good, my wings are still working."
I would have carried you if they weren't.
Thank you. It takes a startlingly long amount of time to get anywhere when you're this small and you can't fly.
Watch
why
Nessie
do you
disable
think-
your wings next time.
Why do you think I have pockets in my jacket?
The group of you follow Owen up the stairs. Back to the other group. Or groups, I should say. Roll me a 1d4, guys. Each of you. of the groups who are here. So we have Caro, Jonathan, Neraina, and Chiara. Chiara and Neraina?
I
Oh,
rolled.
no. Or I should say Chiara.
Yeah.
Roll a
Roll a
1d4.
Hold on. Trying to find where chat is. A 4.
Jonathan!
Yeah.
Oh.
Jonathan, you earlier had lit up a cigarette, kind of pulling the side table towards the window, opening it up, and resting yourself on the window. As you did that, Christian said goodbye to both you and Valerie, and said he'll meet up with the both of you at some other time once he's able to get kind of a readout as to what the hunters are doing. After a few minutes, Valerie crosses the room and leans up against the window, also looking out the window. Do you have a spare?
Jonathan just wordlessly hands over the cigarette.
She takes out her lighter, lights it up, and begins to smoke her own cigarette. After a while, you see her, a nervous tick Valerie had always had would be to kind of like nibble on her nails as she's thinking about something. And you notice her doing it again. You're not gonna do anything, are ya?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got that right. I am not doing shit. I am taking a smoke break. And I will not be enticed into character interaction at this moment.
Okay, that is fine. The both of you just kind of stand there wordlessly, finishing your cigarettes, going even as far. Do you light another?
Is this my first one?
That was just your first one, yes.
Then yes.
Okay. You light another.
It's been a stressful couple of days, you know?
It has been a stressful couple of days. You light a second one, and she goes over to her little box here, opening it up, still having the cigarette in her hand, not finished. And she starts looking for something.
Does the hotel not have smoke detectors?
You can make me a perception check.
Okay, thank you, perception. I don't think
Perception.
this counts
Perception.
as qualify as like related to my favorite terrain, right? Like,
Yes, it does. Technically, yes.
We are in the middle of a city, JH.
Yeah, you're in urban.
ooh,
Jonathan's gonna have lung cancer by the end of D&D.
14. I rolled a 2, and that's a 14.
I think that's
I
actually the worst that I've ever seen you roll on a perception. Like, actively,
Possibly,
besides...
Is
I
it,
don't think you've ever rolled a nat 1
I mean,
yet.
he's not really paying attention.
No,
isn't
you're
the
not.
passive perception higher too?
Yeah, his passive is more
Yeah, my,
high.
my,
His passive's
my
higher.
passive perception is 23.
But I'm gonna use this because I asked him to roll. Something, as you kind of look around, you watch as Valerie just kind of moves out of the corner of your eye, noticing that she's not staying near the window as she smokes. something that you noticed when you came into the room, it didn't smell like cigarette smoke. Like, you know, when there's chronic cigarette smoking within a hotel room, especially a wooded hotel room, there is a lingering smell of cigarette smoke. Cigarette smoke tends to stick to everything. You haven't noticed it in this hotel anywhere. However, you've seen several people with, like, the really long mouthpieced cigarettes.
The cigarette holders.
Yeah, the holders. You've seen
the 20s era shit.
Yeah, you've seen stuff like that around. You see candles lighting various rooms. Those things would give off a certain smell, especially as they're unlit. Things like that leave remnants. You don't notice that here. You also don't take note of any sort of fire alarms. Something that you're not used to in the human world.
At this point, Jonathan's brain's just going, magic, and dropping the issue.
You see that she is rifling through her box for something. And you see she pulls out a long, what looks like almost like a wine bottle, but you're unsure of what it might be. It may be an old whiskey bottle. And you see her pour 2 glasses, walk over to the window, sit down, kind of pulling a chair with her, and hands you a glass.
I went and get my own fancy liquor.
You just have it on hand.
This is a bottle of liquor that's exactly as old as me, that my father gave me for my 18th. So
nice.
Damn.
So she just kind of hands you the other glass and sits down, taking a sigh and then sipping on some of the alcohol. She didn't pour a lot, maybe like a shot, maybe a shot and a half.
Jonathan's just sort of looking at it and going, what's this?
It's an alcohol that I was given a long time ago. Figured it's best, more than anything, to just enjoy the respite while we can. It's nothing It's nothing magical, it's just normal whiskey. It tastes like a well-aged whiskey.
What do you know?
Irony. It's actually a little sweet as well as slightly smoky. You can tell that it's nothing that you've ever tasted before, but it's smooth going down. Like it's nothing bad. A lot better than what you drank downstairs. Do you plan to just do that for the next few hours?
You just take small sips. You know, Jonathan did get drunk, you know, not long ago. He's gonna be a bit more careful about his alcohol intake for a while.
Exactly.
Because getting drunk on the job, even if he's not actually currently doing anything, is not a good look. So.
Okay. Do you have
one? You never know. There might be a vampire dropping through the ceiling any moment now. So.
Oh, by the way, give me no.
His eyes went wide for just a second.
1 second, guys. Literally hear a knock on my door. No answer. Anywho's. Do you want to discuss anything, Jonathan? while you are relaxing.
I'd like to keep relaxing. So
Okay. Okay. The next 3 rolled 4s. How the fuck that happened?
Just roll
is
again, like tiebreaker.
The 3 of you roll a 1d3. That would be Neraina, Chiara, and Caro. I swear to God, Chiara. Am I gonna have to beat you with the chancla?
Pika?
The Pika.
I'm here. I'm just muted.
Okay. Dragon.
Hi.
Neraina, after a while, you kind of stretch underneath the covers, rolling kind of to your side, looking at the clock that is next to your bedside table. You see that is approaching 4 p.m.
So she'd be like, okay, we were 5 o'clock. Okay, cool. And then roll back towards Silric.
He is out like a light. He's kind of snoring softly, just kind of up against the side of you, just... He looks peaceful. Something that you had not noticed in a while.
She's just gonna kind of smile to herself and kiss his cheek and then carefully get out of bed, trying not to disturb him.
Roll me a stealth check.
Here we go again.
How badly can this fail this time?
That is a very good question, considering the last time. Apparently, not so badly this time.
Give me a moment. I was expecting a low roll.
I know. So was
Actually, ironic enough. Where were your character sheets?
I have Silric's up, actually.
Give me a moment.
Or did. Yeah, there it is.
Okay. You slowly slip yourself out of the bed, your 2 feet kind of touching the ground softly as you stand up even slower, making sure not to disturb the bed, and you head towards the door, and you're able to...
Not towards the door.
Where are
Not
you
towards the
headed?
door. She's just kind of she's gonna stand by the bed, stretch, kind of fiddle with the bracelet that is Havoc, kind of petting it like she would if he were, up, and just gonna be like, okay, there was something else I needed to do. There was something else I needed to... I did Owen's gun. Right. Well, actually, she's gonna think through, are we going to get into any combat today? To herself, just...
There's always.
Well, I guess first thing, does Havoc's bracelet, or the bracelet that is Havoc, does it do anything when she pets it, or is it just kind of vibing on her wrist as he does
Yeah,
these
it
days?
kind of vibrates underneath your
Okay.
finger, like he is kind of responding to you.
Okay. Yeah, and then she's gonna kind of mutter all of that she just said to herself. Because and then she's going to... Hold on, let me reread what that is. Sorry, I swear I looked at this earlier, but Yeah, she's feeling a little cautious, so she's gonna take out her dagger that she carries, and she's going to cast magic weapon on it.
Okay.
Block out that spell, or that spell slot rather, and then I guess she's gonna kind of be listening as just around as she does that. Would she happen to hear the three drunkards walking around at all?
Roll me a perception check.
That got better. Holy crap. Dirty 20.
Let me see. I would say about at that time, you'd hear... I should ask this. How quiet are the three of you being?
I don't suppose I have much choice in my answer of this at the
You
moment.
don't. You have disadvantage on a lot of stuff.
Does he fall down the stairs once?
No, he passed
don't
his
think-
dexterity saving
I mean,
throw.
also, he's going up the stairs.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
can flip.
More likely he'll fall forward and catch himself on his arms. That's not really falling down, is it?
I'm gonna say that Violet would make an effort to be quiet, but if she's not quiet, then oops.
Okay.
And Tanwin is flying.
Yeah,
So
Tanwin is flying. You would
he
hear...
might hear like a fan, an equivalent noise to a fan. And that's it.
You would hear Neraina, the stumbling of Owen, as he kind of catches himself coming up the stairs, and you kind of hear the thunk of his boot as it hits kind of like the edge of the seating right outside the stairs, and he kind of trips on himself, catching himself, and then you kind of hear a thump against a wall. Jonathan, I need you to roll me... Actually, your passive perception, I think, would hear this. You hear a thump against the wall on this side of the wall.
Neraina's gonna open her door and peek out when she hears that.
As you open the door, you would see, kind of looking out, you see Owen. Describe yourself, Owen, as you would hitting the wall.
So it's not like he walks into the wall, it's that he kind of slumps onto it and then sort of rotates, so he's with his back, so he's got his back against it, and he's just slowly sliding down into a sitting position.
Owen?
And around
Are
this
you-
time, you would see Violet and Tanwin kind of go around the corner, kind of watching Owen as he slides slowly down this wall.
Owen, are you what's going on?
We're
I
all
need
drunk.
some sleep.
For some reason, we decided to have a few too many drinks.
I was going to be drinking anyway. You decided to follow suit.
Neraina's
You're a
kind
bad
of
influence on us.
Neraina's kind of tracing the design on her flask with a little smile on her face as she looks at them, but she's not gonna say anything. Well, Owen, I did finish your gun, but I'm a little hesitant to give it to you when you're like this.
It can wait. I've got this one. I'm gonna pull Anwin's pistol out of the holster.
He's just holding a pistol. His hand
Owen.
kind of shaking.
Wait! I need to get the video. I need to get the video.
What video?
It's like the video of the Hatame Miku music as you hold a gun.
Owen,
It's like the
Neraina's-
polka.
Neraina's eyes kind of widen, but she's still calm as she goes, Owen, please put that away.
Wait, hold on. Where do I post it? Where do I post
Jonathan,
it?
do you go and investigate the thump again? Okay.
Okay, here. This is
God.
what I mean. This is like very old.
I put the pistol back in the holster, and I didn't sleep after the Fae, and
He didn't sleep, and now he's drunk. It's safe to say that he's tired.
Someone stayed up all night reading a possibly sentient grimoire.
I'm gonna just like slap Tanwin to like get him to shut up.
Okay, I need you to make an unarmed strike against Tanwin.
Don't worry, I'm failing that. I choose to consciously fail that.
7.
You consciously fail it?
Out of character, yes. He's not focused on
As
Violet.
you
He
go
is-
to say something, you just feel Violet's hand backhand you as it kind of thumps you on the head, you falling onto the ground on your back, just kind of looking up at the ceiling.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
fair.
I proceed to pick him up and stick him in my jacket pocket.
Neraina's
Alright,
just
good night.
Neraina's eyes just are darting back and forth, and she's just, you know what? It is none of my business.
Not
Thank you.
the time. Not the time.
I wasn't going to ask.
It's just general blanket statements.
Chiara,
Not the time.
Chiara, roll me a perception check.
I would
Alright, hold
rather
on. Let me get
I would
get the
rather
thing.
explain it when it's explainable.
I understand.
Huh?
I understand. She literally, out of character, she literally does. She's been here. So, no,
I'm
Owen,
like-
whatever you have to say can be said when you're ready. Just know that your gun is ready. I do have something I need to ask you about it, but we'll wait until you're a little. I actually might be able to help a little if you wanted.
Let's see.
Before it helped me sleep.
Sleep, no, but it might help get rid of the alcohol effects.
That's half the battle, I guess.
That's a
Pika,
20.
with a 22, you hear a loud thump against a wall out in the hallway, and then you hear a cursory, lighter thump, and then a groan down the hall. And muffled voices that sound like Neraina, Violet, and Owen.
She's gonna take. Can she take a little peek?
When you go to your door to peek out, all you see is Neraina down the hall, and she seems to be slightly stepped outside of her room, and she's talking to people down the hallway, and you hear Owen kind of stumble over his words as he just kind of talks about, like, you all need to get together and explain something to each other.
Chiara is going to step out of her room and show herself in front of Owen and Neraina before asking, what's going on?
Shenanigans?
I thought he learned his lesson the first time.
What do you mean the first?
What do you mean the
time?
first time?
First time?
The Christmas one.
Oh, that.
Oh.
Months
Okay.
ago. I was
You know
months-
what? Neraina's gonna step closer to Owen. Do you give me permission to help you, Doctor?
Yeah.
Lesser restoration.
You just call him Whitewood, and he's just,
No.
no, it's White.
No. I have never. I have out of character. Neraina has messed up his actual name, but she has never messed up his title. I don't think. So there.
Dr. Whitley.
apparently I don't have to roll for it. I just touch him and cast the spell.
Yep.
And
So
will
you
no longer.
approach him, you place your hand on his shoulder, and cast the spell Lesser Restoration. Owen, per the whole thing about Lesser Restoration, you do end up not feeling drunk as you were. You have stopped having 2 levels of exhaustion, but now have only 1 level of exhaustion. So, your head, as she touches your shoulder, your head instantly seems to stop spinning. Like, before, it was hard to kind of walk up the stairs, but after you look around, you see the world. It ain't spinning anymore.
Thank you, Neraina. Thank you.
You're
Tanwin's
welcome,
gonna
Owen.
pop his head
I'm-
out of the. Sorry, continue.
Happy to help.
Tanwin's gonna pop his head out of the.
We'll
pocket.
still talk about your gun later, though. You look like you at least need a nap before we have a discussion.
Yes.
If you don't mind me
would-
saying.
Yes. I did a lot of reading last night.
Good. Whatever it was you were reading, I hope it helped.
Do you
Just
need
sort of
help up,
looks at
Owen?
She'll actually, Neraina's right there. She'll extend a hand and offer to help him to his feet too.
I'll take that hand.
All right, Neraina will help haul him up.
The 2 of you help him up, him standing up against the wall. Tanwin, you pop your head out of Violet's pocket.
Yes, I was gonna have Tanwin say, "Well, that's nice," and then slink back down after seeing Owen get undrunk.
Neraina's
She's just gonna-
Neraina's just gonna raise her eyebrows and go, I only have 1 spell for that left.
I
I don't-
know. Don't worry, I don't. I'm not expecting
Okay.
you to use it.
Violet will just reach into her
okay.
jacket and pat Tanwin on the head.
I
We can sleep off the alcohol ourselves.
Yeah,
don't-
I think we still have about an hour before we were gonna meet for dinner, so.
We do.
Alright, well, then I'll see you guys in an hour. And
Yeah.
she'll kind of look at Owen and go, do you need help getting to your room, or are you good now?
I think I'm good now.
Good.
Okay.
I've never actually gotten to use that one before, so I'm glad it works. And then she'll just kind of smile at all of you and head back to her room where she'll cuddle back up with Silric for an hour.
Okay.
Whether she sleeps or not, I don't know, but she's gonna take advantage of this and cuddle.
But from there, though, Caro, you and Vi had headed back to your room earlier, laying down for a bit, trying to figure out everything going on. Vi goes and messages her mother, hoping to get a response soon. You did say you wanted her to ask. It may not be good for you, but you did want her to message her mother.
Caro would remember. I do not because I'm stupid.
Yes. See, I have a list of everything that was going on in the background. I try not to forget. After a while, though, the two of you just kind of rest and relax in the room. Vi finally kind of looks up from her phone. Are we in too far up? Like, are we in over our heads?
Oh, we have been. That's not really a change of pace.
Kaname isn't some simple, like, vampire, though.
Oh, she's... Well, that's why we're going to the Sealy Court, to see if they know anything. Gather advantages.
Yeah... I just hope we're not walking into something worse.
Well, we're still here. Gotta do what we can.
Yeah. Kara,
It's probably gonna... neat.
is there something that you want to do in the 3 hours that you have?
No.
No. What were you gonna say then?
Save it for research time.
Okay.
I forgot. God damn it.
I'm so sorry.
Fine.
Okay.
Fine. I don't have brain damage. No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Brain
Brain
damage.
damage.
Drain damage.
Caro, after a few hours pass by, you hear a thump down the hall.
Nope, not my problem.
Okay. So, you look at the clock, and it says that it's approaching 4. You are choosing to stay in your room?
Yes,
Okay.
not my problem.
Okay. To the rest of you guys, do you guys head back to your rooms?
Yep.
Okay. Owen, you head back to your room, plopping your head flat on the bed and lulling yourself to sleep. Neraina, you go back to cuddling with Silric. Chiara, you head back to the bed, just kind of resting and relaxing. Violet, do you choose to go back to your room, or do you choose to go continuing a conversation with your parents?
I don't know if there is much that I can talk to my parents about. Besides, I don't know if they want to see me drunk.
Okay, I think the best answer is then to go into the room and rest.
Yep, I just drag Tanwin in there and probably flop on the bed.
Yep. So the
Maybe
group
set an alarm for an hour.
probably
No
would
comment
be
from Tanwin.
probably for the best. You set an alarm for 1 hour and rest for a continual or another hour. Tanwin, as you close your eyes, I want you to roll me a 1d100.
21.
21.
21. 9 plus 10.
Yep. As you kind of shut your eyes, again, you don't remember your dream. However, you receive a very similar message to what you received last time. Except this time, it wasn't in the notebook itself. You hear those words ringing through your head. After what seems like a millennia of just hearing it over and over and over again, you hear the loud beeping from Violet's watch going off as the alarm sounds very loudly next to your ear, jolting the both of you awake.
Promptly shuts the watch off.
Do I feel any better, or has the rest helped?
Nope.
Yeah, this is a bad idea. Now I'm hurting and tired.
Oh no, your butt hurts.
Well, I don't know if I should be sarcastic. Actually, you know what? Violet's just gonna be like, well, I guess we're no longer giving you alcohol.
Please.
Do you want to stay in the jacket?
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, you can stay in the jacket.
Cool. I'm going to Tanwin is going to slink back inside the jacket pocket and close his eyes and nap more.
You know how kangaroos hop into, like, the joeys hop into the pouches?
No.
Literally,
No.
you watch Tanwin hop head first in, you feel rustling, and then you see his head pop out, and he just kind of curls into a ball and sleeps in the pocket.
I guess now that she has rested, she's still probably drunk, but not as bad, I would imagine.
You have a level of exhaustion.
Okay. Okay, well, she's still probably gonna go and check on her family.
Okay. So you head out the door and head towards your family. The other groups. Neraina, you and Silric finally wake up. You feel him kind of shift next to you as he slightly gives you a kiss on the cheek and rolls out of bed, putting his boots on. Good morning, sleepyhead. I think
Good
it's time to wake up.
Kind of rolls back over. Good evening. I've already done a thing. You're the sleepyhead.
You know, sarcasm.
Oh, like you've never been sarcastic to me.
It's my job.
Well, then it is my job to return it.
He looks around his shoulder with a puppy dog look.
Not fair.
But it works. He gets up, goes around to the side of your bed, or on your side, and helps you up. Shall we go get some food?
She's gonna go up on tiptoe, quick kiss his cheek, and go, yes.
Okay. The two of you step outside into the hallway, seeing both Violet and Tanwin doing the same.
They can't see me.
Well, Violet, okay. You see Violet going out of her room at the same time. Jonathan.
Yep.
You look at your phone and you see that it's quickly approaching 5 p.m., knowing that you are supposed to meet up with your group for dinner.
Yeah, Jonathan briefly contemplates just not going, but then pulls himself together.
Okay. As you pull yourself together, Valerie takes both of your glasses, putting it on the side table, finishing her cigarette, tossing the end of it out the window, taking a deep sigh, saying, "Shall we go then?"
Seems we must.
Yep. She starts to walk outside the bedroom, opening the door and heading outside. Do you follow her?
No, actually, I've decided I want to stay indoors anyway. No, of course I follow her.
I give my players opportunities. As you exit the door, you see both Neraina and Silric stepping out of theirs, as well as Violet heading more down the corridor. Chiara, you know that 5 o'clock is almost here. Do you head outside to join your friends?
Sure. That sounded very,
Very
very
sus.
unsure.
Okay. You head outside your door, closing it up behind you. As you exit, you see Neraina and Silric down the hall, and you see them start to head down further, I guess, down it. You head down your hallway, and you pass Owen's room. Do you go and check up on him?
I already learned my first lesson on trying to wake him up, so no.
Okay.
I wasn't particularly mean to you last time.
No, but she got scolded by a lot of people to not wake people up, so not this time. Not for now.
Okay.
For now.
You run down the hallway, heading towards the rest of the group.
Yep.
Caro. You watch as the clock gets closer to 5 p.m. and you hear Vi's phone vibrate. Vi looks at it, reads the text quickly. She's saying the council is bringing everyone in.
Of course they are.
Yeah. Protectors are apparently surrounding the premises of the school and surrounding town. And everyone who is currently at the school is under lockdown.
Sounds like a hell of an opportunity for shit to get hectic.
Yeah.
No protectors going around picking up kids either.
Yeah, it looks like they've stopped for now, apparently. Potentially? That would be a question, possibly, for Wesley.
I mean, if they're calling in all protectors, probably means all protectors.
Yeah. This seems more like setting up battlements for a war than...
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
She says that there's one safe entrance and exit into the castle right now. But she doesn't know how long she can keep it open. It's how she's getting kids out of the castle. That way they're not caught in the crossfire.
Where's she sending them?
She doesn't say. I can ask her.
That'd be great.
You see your
If I can
text.
maybe arrange protection.
You hear her phone vibrate again. She can't say, as phone lines may not be protected.
Figures.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure she'd arrange protection.
I'm sure she would too.
Honestly, better for us to not know.
Yeah.
Can't leak what you don't know. Oh well, it's about that time.
Yeah.
What have for dinner?
Yep. So the two of you head towards the door and down the hallway. As you head further down, you actually run into Violet, who is heading towards her parents' door. So as you further move down, Tanwin, you take... Not Tanwin. Caro. Caro, you take stock of everyone, and you see everyone there, except for Owen.
I trust Chloe to get him up. I'll meet you all at dinner.
Okay.
Violet will just nod and knock on her parents' door.
So, Caro, you and Vi head downstairs. Jonathan, do you and Valerie head downstairs to dinner?
Yes.
Okay. So the two of you head down. Silric and Neraina, do you head down?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd imagine so.
Chiara, do you follow the rest of the group downstairs for food?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not one of you. Not a
We
single
trust
one of-
Chloe.
Is Chloe there, actually?
No, she isn't.
Nope. And no one knows. The only person who knows is Owen. And I think Violet.
Yeah, I took notice that Chloe wasn't with him.
Yep. So, Violet, you knock on the door, hearing your mother say to come in. You go into the room and you close the door behind you. Owen, I
Yes?
need you to roll me a perception check with disadvantage.
Would this be at double disadvantage because I haven't had my long rest yet?
You only have one level of exhaustion.
You're welcome.
First level of exhaustion is disadvantage on.
Okay, so yeah, you have disadvantage, yeah. That'd be funny, double disadvantage. Roll 3 times and take the absolute lowest.
That's it. Even so, that is still a 17.
A 17. Okay. You kind of roll around in your bed trying to get some sort of restful sleep. After a whole hour, you kind of roll around waking up half awake sort of thing. You lift your head and you see the alarm clock next to you. And it says 5:45.
I'll get out of bed, take some time to neaten up and give my illusion of... What's the word I'm looking for?
Of sobriety? Yeah.
No, because I'm sober. I got magically sobered.
You did get magically sobered.
You're welcome.
My usual pristine image, I guess, is what I'm trying to emulate. Just take a moment to fix that. Then I'm going to head out.
Okay. You head downstairs to catch up with everyone who should be eating.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm trying to move everyone into seats. Okay. Violet, you head into your parents' room. Your mother calls out to let you in, and you head into the room. You see kind of not much moving from where they were previously. Your mother looks to be possibly sitting on the little bench side table, her feet up. She seems to be possibly knitting something or crocheting something. You see your father, his eyes are closed. And you see Astra kind of in between his legs, sleeping soundly.
Having fun yet, Mom and Dad?
He doesn't say much, but you hear your dad kind of grumble as he continues to sleep. Your mother turns and shakes her head, yes. It's absolutely marvelous being stuck in a, I don't know how many wide room and essentially not being able to return home in fear for your life. Yes, absolutely having the time of my life, dear.
Oh, hey, at least you weren't on the run for an entire year in fear of being captured and potentially sacrificed.
You could have stayed home. We would have protected you.
I know, but you know how I am.
I know. And I'm not blaming you.
I would hope not. I would very much be questioning why you would blame me.
So is there something I can help you with, love?
I kind of just wanted to check on you guys, see how you were doing. I know that this is a mess, and far be it from me to make sure that my family is doing okay.
It is quite a mess. We are doing as good as we can. We really are. Your father, as you can see, is sleeping like the log he is. And I think Astra is enjoying the company.
Well, I would hope so.
Don't worry about us. Victoria came to us earlier with a few people from Il Satora.
Oh?
I believe Eliza Jameson and Kalori Hendef. Yes, and they are going to be helping us get to the castle. Apparently there's a lot of refugees there.
I can't say that I'm surprised. But what's the word I'm looking for? Concerned.
I know.
Kind of how I'm feeling.
I guarantee if the castle was to be attacked, there's enough guards there to, well, hold down the fort.
Well, I don't doubt that. My problem is that, we don't know who could get in, if you understand what I'm saying.
I understand. And it's a worry we have too.
I'm just glad that you and Dad are not incapable of taking care of yourselves, like.
Like what, dear?
Ow, Tony.
Tony.
My bad.
Ears.
Yeah, what's happened?
I think I'd be even more scared if I knew you guys couldn't defend yourself.
But we can.
My point.
The other people caught us off guard. This time we know their intentions, and we'll make sure we're not this time. I can promise you that.
Say, Mom, I might have asked you this before, but I can't remember because of the high adrenaline, high emotions, like, you know how it is. You mentioned that they were trying to get to me.
Yes.
Did they say anything about what they wanted from me?
Unfortunately, no. Nor did they say where their allegiance lies, and seeing what transpired at the old clearing, I'm not sure if they're under Apernath or someone else. Especially with the book your friend let me translate for him. It seems like more people are to play in this war.
If I remember correctly, there's potentially 3 that we need to worry about, and we don't know if they're all working together.
Or if they're working against each other. That's the more problematic thing I sense, is that I have people who have chosen to not work with each other all of a sudden working together doesn't seem likely.
So you think this is just the Coven, the mages, and the Hunter Society fighting each other?
Potentially. Which makes me worry about the vampires.
Well, if they're fighting each other, what are they fighting for?
Power, control over the human domain. There's a few things I can think of. The Coven sought power.
Well,
But I don't know.
we were operating under the assumption that they were all working together, but now that you mention it, no reason not to doubt that they would be fighting against each other. is all just a mess, and I feel like every time we get closer to finding the answer, it's just like 3 more forks in the road come up, and it's which one is the correct one to follow.
You have a lot of good friends surrounding you. You're not doing this alone.
I'm aware. I'm glad I'm not doing this alone. I would drive myself mad.
I would ask your friends to listen to your thoughts. See if they can help you. You all have a task in front of you, and that needs to be essentially your priority right now. When we get to Ilsatora, we'll ask and see what we can do to assist. Plus, I don't think your father could sit down for that long and just rest.
I'd like for him to. I'll try to stop by whenever I can. I know that we're gonna be on the move for a long time, but if we happen to be there, I'll try to visit you too.
Okay.
And I will get Grandma and Grandpa back.
I know you will.
Thanks for having faith in me, Mom.
You're my daughter.
She'll smile and then give her mom a hug.
Okay, you give your mother a hug. She holds you tightly for a second, kissing the top of your head and letting you go. Stay safe, okay?
I always try.
Okay.
She will quick give Astra a scratch and then hug her dad and then head out.
He kind of sleepily gives you a hug back as you head out. From here, we will take a short break. And after that, we will get all the group back together again.
Woo!
Hooray!
Woo!
Getting the gang back together.
Get the gang back together. Woo!
Or the band, rather. If you want to go
The
back.
gang's all here.
The gang's all here, boys.
Wow.
We're bringing the band back together.
We're bringing it back. Thank you,
Okay,
Nessie.
I'm gonna go get pizza and go use the restroom. I will be right
I was
back.
going for a Blues Brothers meme, but
Oh, goodness.
has anyone here not seen the Blues Brothers actually?
I've
Like,
seen it.
movie?
I've
Good.
seen it.
It's been several years, but yes.
Fair enough, but yeah. I also haven't seen it in a while, but I still remember it. Mostly because when I was still fairly young, my father showed me the card chase scene, if you can call it that. Or scenes, rather. Which obviously, like, prepubescent JH thought was really fucking cool shit. So yeah, that's engraved itself in my memory. I also love that the entire movie is basically just the movie equivalent of a shit post.
Yeah, it really is. Ow.
BRB.
And I still have my bottle of fancy alcohol here on the desk, except I don't know if I'll ever actually open this, because I'm not much of like an alcohol connoisseur. And this is quite old at this point, at least by my standards, you know, since the bottle is technically older than me. Because it was, it was distilled about 5 or 6 months before I was born. So. My siblings also, for their 18th birthday, got some sort of alcohol that's been aged for 18 years.
Nice.
It's a nice tradition. I don't know if they've touched it. I might just ask them at the next opportunity.
And in just one session, I have managed to use 2 spell slots.
Yes.
Oh well.
And in just this half session, I've managed to do nothing interesting at all.
I'm not sure what is better, us running around like crazy, or actually having some quiet time.
The most interesting thing I've done is use one of my fries as a cigarette replacement. But yeah, the one singular meme I've made today still absolutely applies.
Yeah. Absolutely. Ah!
Hmm?
I have cookies now.
Nice. I had a whole bunch of crab rangoons for dinner just now, so I'm just like, no, I'm not eating anything else for a while.
I had hot dogs again.
Nice.
My brain kind of wants to replay Assassin's Creed Odyssey again, and then the rest of me goes like, no, that game's way too long, though. Am I actually going to finish it? The main story you can absolutely finish, but the DLCs, I follow a guy who gets the platinum trophies for games and just makes videos out of that. And he made the horrible mistake of getting the platinum trophy for Assassin's Creed Valhalla. And I know that Odyssey is up next. And oh boy, I can't wait to watch
He's
him.
it's gonna take him months.
I can't wait to watch him slog through all of the DLCs. Because I made it through 2 of them, I think. And like 2/4, 2/3 through the 3rd DLC, I just gave up. Mostly because I was kind of getting sick and tired of the main DLC questlines sort of revolving around the main character getting double-crossed somehow. It's like, I don't want to deal with it anymore.
Yeah.
Like, whenever in a main story you never get double-crossed, I sort of get half annoyed because that's kind of unrealistic. But when it happens every second quest, it becomes repetitive.
Yeah.
It is very much curse your sudden but inevitable betrayal.
Yeah, like sometimes it's just like not inevitable. Sometimes there was absolutely no way to see it coming. It's just there for shock value. Or like that one time where it's like, ah yes, surprise, the great leader of the enemy cult is this one NPC that you have encountered a few times before. It's like, okay, why though? I mean, I guess it's better than having the main character just be, like having the main villain be just a character that you've never met before, but still. Bit random. I'm talking about Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Which, fun gameplay loop, all in all, just way too long. Like, the combat is straight up fun. Some of the most fun I've had in Assassin's Creed combat. But, the game is too long. It's too bloated. Same with Valhalla, actually. They suffer from the same problem. Too much to do. And too little incentive to actually do it. Also, because I just saw that message, Tony, I feel your pain with having a fly through you. I have fruit flies. They may not be as big and they don't make a noise, but they occasionally show up in your field of vision and they're almost impossible to catch because of how fucking small they are. Also, there are many of them. It's not just one. You kill 1, 2 more crawl out of some crevice somewhere. Also, my microphone arm sort of impedes the movement of my left arm when it comes to hitting things in midair, so I'm kind of incapable of properly swatting the damn things while I'm in a VC. But luckily, I managed to avert most of the catastrophe by sealing the trash can that they're coming from on the balcony. The great evil has been sealed away until it's time to bring out the trash again. So long as nobody breaks the seal, also known as my flatmate coming back and opening the balcony window, we won't have a problem.
I don't know what I did right, but I have noticed a significant decrease in the fruit fly problem that I was having.
Voluntary Luften.
So I did something right. I don't know what it is, but it worked.
Yeah, it's really simple, actually. Just have nothing sugary. Like, as in, sugary accessible for flies.
Like fruits.
Anywhere.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Like,
that was the thing. I didn't really keep anything food-wise like that out and about, so I was very confused, but who knows?
yeah.
They're
Also,
mostly gone now, so I will
sometimes
take
they
it.
sometimes they come from outside the house.
That's the only
just-
thing I can think.
Yeah, and in that case, figure out which side of the house they're coming from and keep those windows closed. And that ought to solve the problem. Again, I know exactly where I was coming from. It's the fucking trash can. So it's on the balcony and the windows are closed, and at some point I will be taking out the trash, and then the issue will hopefully be taken care of.
Do it sooner rather than later before it has a chance to spread.
Mm-hmm.
Spread to where? We're on the 3rd story. Like, what are they gonna do? Spread to our downstairs neighbors? Why would I care? Not like I need the balcony. Like, it can serve as the fruit fly prison for all I care.
Mm.
I hear my name?
Hmm?
I thought I heard my
No?
name.
No, you.
Nope.
What?
Nope.
What in that statement sounded even remotely like Luke?
No, it did. I'm zoning out quite a bit, actually.
I mean,
Like,
fruit fly prison might have been.
Look. I'm gonna just type it.
Part of me wants to take this off and not have heat stroke. Part of me just wants to soldier on until session's done.
I understand. Wigs are very, very warm.
It's not just the wigs, the lab
Is it
coat's warm as
that
well.
too? Yeah. That...
I mean, technically, you don't need to wear it anymore after you got your inspiration.
I didn't need to get the wig and the glasses either. It's not about
I
the
don't-
inspiration, JH.
I don't know
Yeah,
whether
same.
it works the same for you, Zeta, but for me at least, wearing the outfit and the wig and everything helps me feel a bit more in character. So I don't know if it works that way for you, but
A little bit.
I mean, that's why I put the lipstick on.
I'm certainly not dealing with the sensory hell of having glasses on for the good of my health. I am not used to things touching my nose.
lucky you.
I am just not in front of the computer. Like, if I wear glasses in front of the computer, everything has like a different layer of sharpness to it, and that's unusual. Because my computer is within like that cone of my vision, where my vision is actually sharper without the glasses. So whenever I put them on, basically it just shrinks my entire visual field down slightly and makes it to make it sharper. And that is really weird. So I don't wear the glasses in front of the computer. Unless it's the sunglasses, because I can see Zeta got the correct idea there. Because those, like the rims of my sunglasses are far enough away from my eyes that I can't see them anymore. So there's no dissonance between parts of my field of vision being less sharp than others. Or less zoomed in, rather. You see, they cover like the entire eye socket.
I need to retrieve my sunglasses from a friend's house
Anyone
tomorrow.
else have sunglasses?
I have
I
sunglasses.
have. Hold on. Actually,
I
I
don't.
I
have.
have aviator glasses.
We should all get our sunglasses before Nessie comes back.
I haven't got a
I
camera.
don't
I
have
see
any.
may or may not still be listening.
Oh, wait.
I have an extra pair. These go over my glasses if I'm wearing them.
You know, I'd wear sunglasses if I actually like own some. I've been sitting here for about 10 minutes.
Ah. Do you have
Also,
food?
every
Ooh,
time
very
I put on sunglasses, I mentally like hear this soundtrack. Or like the beginnings of it, at least.
nice.
Okay. Everyone ready to go back?
Yes, please.
Okay. After a few minutes, Violet, excuse me, you head down the stairs and you meet up with your friends. You head into the dining room and you see that they are ordering their food. You start to order with them, and you are all brought your food. After, though, 45 to 50 so minutes pass. Owen, you head down the stairs, waking up, kind of dusting yourself off, and you head towards the dining room. You head towards where it hears like people are just talking and eating, the clanking of glasses. And you enter the room and you see that there's an open seat for you. You see people have already gotten their food, and it looks like they ordered you something and have sat it at your place at the table. With a large glass of water.
I will drink the water, even though it's going to do nothing, because sleep is the problem at the moment.
Yep, so you go and sit down, taking your place at the table. Taking the glass, all of you are there.
Neraina's gonna look up and be like, sleep well?
For the hour that I managed to get, yes.
She'll just kind of smile and nod.
I still feel like I'm going to be out of commission until the morning, though.
Well, I don't think we're planning on heading out today, so you'll be able to sleep properly tonight.
Vi kind of looks around the group, sighs. I received a text message from my mom. The school's under lockdown. Seems like Apernath has called back everyone. As Wesley said, every protector has been called out to protect the surrounding town, as well as the base and all entrances in to the School of Magic. And anyone who is within the castle itself right now is under lockdown. My mom says she has secured at least one entrance and exit out of the castle to allow students to get out of there, so they're not caught in the crossfires if war were to happen.
Actually segues perfectly into something I wanted to discuss with you guys. I didn't think of this originally. I was actually discussing with my mom about this, and I don't know if anybody else has thought about it and just not voiced it, but we're all operating under the assumption that all of these factions are working with each other under one person. Am I assuming this correctly?
Not necessarily.
Not exactly.
Yeah, at least assuming that they have a common goal, but not that the individual leaders of all of these factions would all submit to one greater leader. Maybe there is a puppet master out there, but for now all the factions seem to have their own leader personalities in place.
Yeah.
I would have to agree that there might be a common goal, but it never. I can't remember thinking that they were all working together per se. But
and I guess I had the wrong impression from the get-go.
I mean,
okay. Based on what I've been seeing, pretty much everywhere, Asmodeus is manipulating absolutely everyone. She's been manipulating Apernath, we know that for a fact. She's of course leading her own coven. via Kaname, and Apernath has or had, I don't know the current situation, Jonathan will have to really iron that out. As far as we know, Gerald is in Apernath's pocket,
We assume it at least.
leading... Well, everyone's being messed with. That's
Still don't know.
basically all we know.
Still don't know if Gerald actually represents a faction of the Hunters or whether he was just a spy.
Valerie will speak up. Not Christian went to actually go check up on that. To double make sure.
As you can see, he is not here.
That will be helpful. Actually, Neraina's gonna look at Owen and go, where's Chloe?
She was recalled to the society.
Oh,
That's not concerning at all.
interesting.
Jonathan, you weren't recalled, and neither was Christian.
Well, yes, but we are of slightly higher rank, so recalling
Yeah.
us would be something of a drastic measure.
I wasn't recalled.
Are you
And-
ranked similarly to Chloe?
What is Chloe's rank?
Do I have it written down somewhere? I think I do. Let me look. She is a lower rank. She is a high rank over.
I didn't want to say that on.
Damn it, JH!
You know, everyone is thinking the exact same thing.
Oh, I just saw it.
Poor people on stream have no idea what I just wrote.
I don't
Join
think
the
we can
server
say
if you wanna
that.
find
I don't
out.
think we can say that.
Okay. I don't think we can say that on Twitch.
Yeah, we can't
That's
say
why
that.
I wrote it out. Instead of
Yeah, exactly.
I think actually I have it set to where our stuff is
Oh, wait.
allowed.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no.
JH?
Well, fuck you. It's exclusive content, only for cool people.
Cool
Oh, we're
people
the
join
cool-
the server.
We're the cool people.
I thought I had written it down.
Guess not. Oh well.
But yeah. Basically,
Like out of
The-
character, were you just assuming that Chloe is a lower rank? Then,
Yeah,
or-
both Owen and Chloe are lower ranks. They are not international.
yeah,
Hmm.
basically the Jonathan clique is rule of thumb higher rank than the Owen clique.
So Chloe was recalled, but Owen wasn't. Jonathan, you and Christian are higher up in the ranks. Am I correct?
We're
Too
usually
high up
afforded,
to be recalled.
Yeah. we're
And,
usually
um,
afforded a degree of independence, given that we aren't
I'm-
technically under the jurisdiction of any one person.
And all the protectors have been called back. I mean, call me cynical, but does anyone else feel like something is coming to a head and we don't know what it is?
That's my point that I was trying to make. I think that a fight is about to break out.
Yeah.
It could be just a Cold War scenario where one faction mobilized and the others are mobilizing as a defensive measure. At least that is my hope.
That.
No one seems to have mobilized first.
Hopefully,
Wait.
hopefully Christian can come back with some
Yeah, well,
information.
that's what spies are for, aren't they? We don't exactly have top tier information here, so if anyone mobilized first, we certainly wouldn't be the first people to find out.
What if like no, that's a dumb theory.
No, spit it, Violet. At this point, any theory is worth at least putting out into the open. I think.
What if Mab mobilized somehow?
Well, what do you think that big storm was? When
Well-
we sped our way out of the Feywild.
So my theory holds water then.
Yes,
And
it does.
if Kaname was interacting with Mab at all, then
Which they have been known to be doing.
Kaname might be assisting Mab.
Silric will pipe up after thinking about it. Then what happens if we take Kaname's head?
Well, naturally, Mab goes after whoever's responsible. Which
Us.
is people that she doesn't like anyway.
Us.
Well,
Question: does Mab even have a fucking idea that the hunters are directly involved in this? Because I don't think that usually be like in her like frame of even caring about.
Hard to say.
Just like really, practically speaking, like entirely out of character right now. Would they even have any sort of beef since the hunters are like mostly Earth-based with occasionally forays into other realms? And mostly directed against vampires, which Mab also doesn't really have much to do with, as far as I know.
That was all out of character? You said
Out of
for yours?
character.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a sort of half a DM question of like, is there even like conflict potential there?
Roll me a history check.
Cool. History, fuck. I don't know that one by heart. No.
Unfortunately, with your expertise, you haven't had a lot of experience with the magical side of the world. As Jonathan
no
has
shit.
stated previously, he doesn't particularly like magic. So, delving into Fey politics are not your thing. You did not listen to Fey Politics 101.
Also,
Is
for
there
one
any...
fucking
Could
moment.
Silric do a roll on that?
If anyone would, it'd probably be me.
Or Caro then? I mean,
One
Neraina's
very-
been out of
As
character.
the one who
Neraina's been
took
out of
that
things for 5
class.
years, but Silveric's been in with the Elven King. Would he have any idea what might be going on?
I'm not going to allow NPCs to do it. However,
Fair enough. Fair enough.
any character that could have alignments with the Fae may roll me history checks.
All right, I'm doing that.
Alright,
I am
alright,
perfect
alright.
for this. One
To
d
be
six.
fair-
For one very brief moment, Nessie, I was tempted to do a fate dice with the full knowledge that shit would happen just so something happens
Oh,
to
shit.
Jonathan.
My history went up.
But no, I'm not that desperate. yet.
21.
I
That's
We're
a
all
will,
getting-
27. That's a 27.
I will also
19.
throw it out there. Tanwin, your DC will be lower.
Because of my history.
Uh-huh.
It's
Mm.
he wrote 21. I don't think it
because
matters.
of your race.
I suppose. I mean, Neraina was in the Underdark. That's
Yeah, but also I
Yeah,
literally
but the
carried
Underdark
messages
is
to them.
Fae. The Underdark
That's
is
what I.
still
That's,
Fae.
sorry, that
So
is.
Yeah.
I did not finish
Everyone
my
except
thought. So
me
it's-
knows, basically.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Everyone who spent time not on the mortal realm.
Side of things. Yeah. So,
Not living under a magical rock, basically.
I'm
Yes.
gonna say
Yeah.
15 and higher.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
15
all
and
of
higher. All of them. You know, Fae politics are all about balance. Things that the Fates have always spoken about, textbooks you have read, things you have heard. Even Neraina, you have heard from Thulbrick
Mhm.
multiple times, him rambling on about Feywild politics as
Mhm.
he was often commissioned by, say, a wide variety of royal fae to not only do weaponry, but maybe armor also.
Mm-hmm.
All of the people with 15 or higher, you would know that there is a very fine line between what Mab controls and what Titania controls. They don't necessarily control all the Feywild either. There are a lot of different groups involved in this. You also have the other connections to the mortal plane of portals that go from the mortal plane to the Feywilds, and those areas are controlled by the Elven Court even. But bottom line, Mab getting involved with things that are outside of balance seems odd. It seems like she is overly angry about something that potentially does not involve any of you from the stories and things that you have read. Tanwyn, your experiences with Kaname in depth know that Kaname is conniving. She is pure evil at best. You know that she has a lot of power behind her, as she is essentially a knight for Asmodeus, but she also controls all the Feydark. She controls that with an iron fist, while her, I would say, like, ministers kind of control various other areas of things. She enjoys killing for sport. You've even watched it. The fact that somehow she has made a deal with Mab, who, even though she may be more dark than, say, Titania, seems odd because at the end of the day, the courts want balance. They want similar things, just in different ways. This seems very odd to you.
Anybody else find it weird that Mab is getting involved?
Yes.
In any way, shape, or form?
Yes, actually.
It seems balance breaking.
More interestingly, it's incredibly concerning, now that I'm putting more thought into it, that they even seem to have some sort of agreement set up, because it does not take a genius or even someone with personal knowledge of Konami to know she is not a reliable individual. If you do not ally yourself with her under any circumstances, she will look for every single possible way to make you suffer. No matter whether she's already benefiting from your deal or not, she just wants people to suffer. So, what could possibly cause Mab, of all people, to decide that allying with Koname is a good idea? Possibly something better than the threat of something big enough that it could completely disregard the risk of Koname's cruelty, possibly linked to Koname's, I'll just say, sponsor.
As far as I am concerned, the reason that they both teamed up to twirl their metaphorical mustaches together isn't nearly as important as the fact that they did.
No, it is
The
important.
reason is still incredibly vital.
Because the reason could itself, if we don't look for the reason, we may not find out a vital piece of information that we don't know yet is so incredibly important. What if they're both serving a higher power for some reason?
What higher power than them is even left at this point?
I
gods
don't know, but
The gods
imagine,
themselves, fates themselves, who knows at this point?
and imagine how bad that would be. Then we cannot take that risk. We need to find out that we can rest our fears.
Correct me. Like, it's mind-boggling to me, because the Seelie and the Unseelie, they've always had an understanding with each other. But Mab is essentially going against what is essentially her court's values by aligning with Kaname.
What could force Mab's hand? What could possibly is like, what if Mab is not doing this with intention? What if Mab is being forced? Would that be a possibility? What would Mab care about?
She's up there with Titania, no? And Titania is...
She is equal to Titania.
I'm just throwing ideas at the board here.
I mean, that's all we've got at this point, but so...
I'm just... The Fae are all about their politics, right? Like,
yes.
It's just... Why
all about
break Fae
balance. It's all
why
about
break
balance.
Fae politics?
Something has destroyed the balance. That is the catalyst right there. Something is working against the balance. And it is causing all of them to do whatever they think is necessary to restore it, is the only thing I can think. And it might be wrong. But... we are so in over our heads.
By our current force projections as they stand, wouldn't it almost make more sense, in order to preserve the balance, to side against this supernatural evil power block that has been developing?
The thing is, we don't know why it's developing.
We need so much more information, and we need to
Well,
do
from
as
what
soon
we've
as possible.
seen so far, or at least what we suspect, they do have an overall goal. It's not a good one either.
No.
Unless this goal is not shared by everybody. I mean, fingers crossed, maybe they will fall into the same pitfall as a lot of these organizations tend to do and backstab each other before they achieve anything.
Maybe the backstabbing is already happening.
All the better if so.
Maybe the backstab already happened, and that's why we have parties that wouldn't usually be cooperating with each other.
But what backstabbing happened? This is Valerie speaking. Was it Gerald attacking me and Victoria? Was it, I don't know, Caro getting attacked by Mab? Was it sometime during the...
It wouldn't have been the attack on me, because that was after Kaname and Mab had already met.
So it would have had to have happened well before any of this situation happened.
When did they...
Gerald attacking you and Victoria... Attacking you was at most an internal backstab of the vampire hunters, and attacking Victoria was entirely within our rights at the moment. So none of that would really qualify as a backstab either. At least not one that should affect the Fae.
At this point...
You would think.
At this point, I think we need to wait for Christian, see what he finds out. What do we all need to do next?
I think we need to... Alright, let's make a list of what we need to figure out.
Caro, Silric, and I are heading, and she'll look at Vi. Are you coming with? Do you need to go back to the magic school? What are your plans, Vi?
I figured you won't be able to make it back in with the lockdown as is.
No, you can't. We're all gonna have to stick together, I think, on this one. Can't do much.
I do want to point out something.
Sure.
Okay.
What if it's like related similar to the dragon side of it?
I didn't even think about that.
Because
I don't think
the dragons have an
hold
entire
that level
faction.
of sway.
you'll be surprised. I
They
think
may
there's
not be
something
active
going on
in
between
solitude.
the dragons, and if I haven't, for those who didn't know, I did have a dream of this dragon who claimed to be my mother, but she wasn't. She was trying to trick me to going over to her. Tiamat. Her name was
Yeah.
Tiamat.
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 I want to. How much do I know about dragons from random political talk?
Nothing. Absolutely
No one knows about
nothing.
the dragons.
Unfortunate. I mean, I'm a druid though, so maybe I'd know about nature.
Nope.
Aw.
All you know is dragons died off a long time ago.
No, I know I don't know that.
Is that out of character? Is that common knowledge that dragons are have died off quite a bit?
That's more Feywild stuff.
So yes.
Those in the mundane-esque world know dragons as just mythological creatures. However, I will give you this. You have met dragons. You have seen them in
and
action.
we know. We have Chiara, we have Rai, we have the crew of superpowered badasses that haven't really done anything yet.
Could the dragons be making a comeback of some kind? And the people in the Feywild don't like that? Just throwing out ideas.
I think that's a little far-fetched, but
As do
Dragons
I,
would
but
really affect the balance between summer and winter.
True. We're throwing
Not
ideas.
unless they're trying to pull it off balance for something.
I don't know.
I
I still feel like there are too few dragons to really do anything. I do agree with Caro on that.
Is
They can only be in one place at a time. Each dragon can be in one place at a time.
Yeah, there's the general theory of object persistent.
Anyway, Chiara, you were trying to say something?
I know
I
she
think-
was trying to target other dragons, so maybe she's trying to make sure she eliminates.
That sounds more like infighting.
Yeah,
So-
that's
That sounds more like infighting, which again, maybe dragons
that
are
sounds
prone
like a
to that.
next
I don't.
step after solve the fairy bullshit, hellish bullshit.
Mm-hmm. All right. So we wait for Christian. Who needs to do what? Who needs to go where? I know, Caro, you and I were talking about going back to Ilsator, or no, we were going
We're
your
going
mother's,
to
to your
Sealy
mother,
Court first,
and then Ilsatora.
Ilsatora.
Yes.
I have
I
an
have a-
idea.
I have a personal matter I would like to research.
Okay.
Where is
Where
that
will
relevant?
you be? Where will you be? I guess is.
Where is the best place for you to do your research?
Well, I'm not exactly sure where the best place to research into the demonic would be.
Oh.
There's a reason that shit's not kept on Earth.
And it's unfortunate, but
And there's no
It could
reason
potentially-
it's not kept around here.
I guess we can just ask around and see what people know.
And Violet, what about you?
I think that Something we definitely need to figure out that would probably help us is figure out what Mab's motives are. Maybe that could lead us into figuring out what the greater plot is.
So the two key goals we really need right now is, one, we need to figure out as much generalized information.
Well, Caro, would your mother possibly know anything about
the
Mab?
motives.
Yes. Any rumors
Perhaps,
or anything? Would she be in a
probably not
position to hear that?
My mother, but I was planning to talk to Tanya anyway.
Okay. Well, straight to the source.
You,
then.
Your mic cut out.
Did it?
Yeah. Tony's mic cut out.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry, Discord being weird. Yeah, so we need to get as much information as we can on Koname, because regardless of everything, she needs to go down. There is no world where she gets to live. And then we need another group figuring out what the hell is up with Mab.
I think
Those are our
Caro
two
and
priorities.
I and Silric and Vi can take care of that angle.
And
Alright.
you are still
try
coming
to.
with us, yes?
Yes, I'm definitely going to come help you deal with the abomination that is Koname.
Well,
Okay then.
I meant more on the research side.
Yes,
In,
the
like,
research is part of the
immediate.
killing.
Yes.
I've been to Koname's realm before.
Yes, and you will
You
be a
do
valuable
not-
font of knowledge.
Yes.
You do not
will.
go there unprepared. You need
Of course not.
every single thing you can to even get through without dancing to her tune. And that's the last thing you want.
Which is why we are approaching Titania and the rest of the court.
Wise decision.
Speaking of being prepared, Owen. Neraina's gonna reach into one of her pouches and take out his gun and hand it to him.
Thank you, and I'm going to swap Anwin's pistol back into the side holster.
I
and then-
do have one request/warning. There is as you might have noticed with my flask, it tends to do weird things. There is a slight possibility that ammo may do weird things. If it does, please let me know so I can try and fix it, or at least take notes on it to fix it for another time.
I will certainly be sure to let you know.
But this time around, the process went a lot better, so I am very hopeful it will not do anything wonky. I am just asking that you keep an eye on it, and it will last until such time as I pass away and stay dead. So,
Well, I hope that's a very long time off.
as do I, but I hope it serves you well.
I will actually ask, speaking of weapons and armor and such, how is the armor working for you, Silric?
He kind of looks up from his food, taking a drink of water. It's working well. I feel extremely well protected. Like,
Violet,
extreme.
that reminds me. Oh, sorry, Silric, go ahead.
No, it's fine.
I wanted to ask your parents about that armor. Did you know that that's extremely good armor? Like, Dwarven make Mithril, I think, armor?
I need to find out if my parents knew any dwarves then, because I was not aware that was dwarven armor.
Yeah, it looks like something that I don't think it came out of Thulbrecht's armory, but it looks like it could have been made in his armory. It's dwarven make. It's dwarven make.
More importantly, I want to figure out who that armor actually belonged to. I don't know why, but did I tell you guys how I found that?
Looks at Silric. Did she tell you? Because I didn't know you were getting it. You had it until you told me you had it.
Can't say I remember.
It fell out of a closet in my parents' household.
Raise his eyebrows.
Hanwin got a face full of it when we were searching.
Yeah. Not fun.
Okay, Caro, we need to. Well, we have tonight. Can Violet? Do you think your parents would be up for another visit?
Oh, they're always up for visits. I don't know if my dad's
Okay,
awake, but I know my mom might be.
We'll take care of that then before we go see Caro's family, I guess. If
Wanna
you're
get
okay with that,
introduced.
Caro.
Hmm?
Are you good with that? I don't think we're setting off today.
Oh no, we're setting off in the morning.
Very good. That gives us time to talk to
Thank goodness.
Violet's parents then.
I mean, I wanted to introduce them to my best girlfriend anyway.
Neraina kind of does a side and goes, "Oh,
Yeah,
Oh.
you. Yeah,
Um,
you.
cool. Thanks." Looks a little flustered and just kind of does that awkward wiggle where you don't know what to say and you're just
Oh god. Alright, well, we have a game plan.
for some of
Um,
us. Owen has
Carol,
his
you got
research.
room for one more?
Me, Neraina, Silric, Vi, Tanwin. Yes.
Mind if I tag along?
Cool. I can take 2 more.
Actually, I can technically occupy a small space, so you could
Space
take 3 more.
isn't what matters, it's body count.
Okay, I thought it was
So-
range.
Owen has his research. Jonathan, what are your plans?
Someone has to wait for Christian to come back. We don't know when he will, after all.
Fair enough.
We
Understandable.
also don't want Owen to go by himself.
Fair enough. Do you guys mind watching my cat if she happens to pop up?
I suppose I could do it. I would not exactly trust the cat to myself, but if no better option presents itself, then
Oh, she's lazy. I don't think she's gonna cause you too much trouble. The most she'll probably do is bother you about being fed.
we'll watch Jonathan feed her cigarettes.
Um,
And don't feed her cigarettes. Please and
Obviously
thank you.
not. But
I would say that's probably not the best idea to feed a cat cigarettes. Jonathan, why don't you message Christian, see what his ETA is, and then depending on what his ETA is, Owen, is it okay for us to tag along with you?
Yes, you may.
Just, I would hate for a hunter to go off by himself, but also I think Chloe would kill me and us if something happened to you.
Yep. Heads would roll.
Yeah.
Speaking of cats.
Where?
Artie child, I'm assuming.
Where is the child?
Right
So,
there.
1 second. I need the child.
I
Later.
guess we
Aw.
have a plan?
Yeah.
Sounds
Yeah.
like we do.
Stay in contact as best we can as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank
Mhm.
goodness. Now I can
Pull-
actually get stuff.
Neraina will pull out her phone as she watches Jonathan do that. She's like, yeah.
Oh, well, wait, no, we're gonna lose signal while we're in.
Oh, that's true.
always send
Well.
the carrier pigeon.
Silric pops up. Why don't we all meet in Il Satora?
Us we.
I know you.
I
I know
mean,
you don't like the magic.
We
but
get
come on, dude.
signal when we're in Il Satora.
That's
Yeah.
true. We do.
Yeah, we do.
When we get to Il Sator, we'll message you with anything we find after we visit Caro's grandmother.
Both. Both. I can't. I don't know exactly where grandmother is, so I need to talk to mom anyway.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So we will message you with whatever we find when we get to Il Satora.
Ow. I still find it absolutely. I still can't get over the fact that you are essentially the grandchild of what is essentially an archfey.
Literal archfey.
Literal archfey.
He's technically a prince if you think about it.
I know.
Let's be more than
I
technically.
still find that shocking.
At this point, I'm just rolling with everything, or trying to.
I mean, what next?
You
We're
act
gonna
like
find...
I knew before, like, 3
No,
months
we-
ago.
No, just saying. At this point,
I mean, what next? We're gonna find out that Jonathan, the magic hater, is actually an extremely powerful sorcerer.
I
Better
would
not.
laugh. I would laugh.
I would. That would be that would be something.
So
No
powerful,
comment.
he doesn't even know he's using magic. Ow! Attacked!
Instant karma, fuck off.
Ow!
Attack!
You okay, love?
She wants food. I will be back.
Anywho's, I think this is a perfect time to stop anyways. I hope everyone had fun today. Remember, starting next week, you guys go off into your 2 little groups to find out more information. I hope everyone had a fantastic day. I hope everyone had fun. Tomorrow we'll be back to Baldur's Gate. Yay, unless something happens.
Better not.
Again.
Better not. Fucking hell, it better not. So yeah, I hope.
Something happens. JH, I cast Wish disappear.
No, I cast wish on someone's family to stop them from doing shit. But anyways,
Wah.
I hope everyone had a fantastic day. Hope everyone stays hydrated. And remember, stay safe. And bye-bye!
Bye.
We're gonna go and attack Hikaru.
else?
Who else?
I think Artie actually drew blood.
As
Oh, no.
most cats
Oh, no.
do.
You menace.
So anyway,
You menace to
bye-bye!
Bye.
Bye.
Just gonna prepare a ritual to just counter anything trying to mess with Bulbagate. If anyone tries to prevent Bulbagate from